The joys of keyboards and buttons and things that don't do what they're told to do. Well, where's this technology they talk about, voice commands, where you can just tell shit what to do and it does it?
That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Google, please fix this for me.
Just no more Hey Siri. Just this is happening. Rectify.
This is painful. Yeah. Well, how's your day, mate? What did you get up to?
It's been rather. I'll just pop that link in there. It's been rather hectic, mate. We had a toilet drama. The little rubber seal on the, where S-Pen goes. The fresh water feed into the toilet goes.
Yeah, that's the better seal to break.
Yeah, the rubber seal that goes in, that decided to split. So when you flush the toilet, all the water that was coming down through the cistern went all over the floor.
At least it was clean water.
It was clean water. So it was off to Benoit's. Cool. Yeah, off to Benoit's and buy a new. Luckily, they make a little kit. So
bit of a repair kit.
Bit of a repair, fix that problem. So got that job done, and then clean some snakes, sort out some hatchies, feed some hatchies, sex some snakes. Went on a bit of a road trip and sexed some snakes for a man today. Peter,
yeah, nice.
Yeah,
very good.
So fun.
Were you Peter from the Blue Mountains?
No. He's, I think I lives near the ponds, not far from myself. So he was having a few dramas, was trying to sex a few things, and I happened to be in limbo between doing stuff at home and said, "Oh, mate, I'll reach up the server, I'll sex them for you." He goes, "Oh, can you come in? There's 25. I'm like, "Oh."
25.
So I did. And he was generous enough to give me a case of Corona. But I said he didn't need to.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, but it's nice to go and help someone when you can. Now about your day.
Very nice. Oh, hectic day, mate. I had a little sleep in and then just went ballistic. Finished the painting, painted the hallway, painted the last of the lounge room, and then got all keen and laid floors in the hallway as well. So all happening at my house.
Ah, awesome.
And then I looked at the clock at 7:45 and went, "Oh shit, I've got to go." Yeah. So just got to do in the linen cupboard tomorrow, and that's the end of the flooring. So end of flooring, end of painting. Could not be happier.
Yeah. Be nice to see an end of that.
So, absolutely. So what are we cutting tonight, mate? What do we got?
All right, so first clutch is a caramel Bradley Jag, which was paired to a ghost zeb, so a caramel exanthic zebra.
Yep.
So hopefully I'm chasing some caramel zeb jags, which will obviously, the whole clutch is obviously all head exanthic.
Yep.
So we're trying to get some of the caramel zeb jag genes there, hopefully, combined.
Very nice. Very nice.
And the other clutch, which is a lovely clutch, you'll want to hang around and see the niceness of that one.
See some pearly whites and some dirty greys.
Oh, yes, more filthy dirty greys. Is a pure pepper clutch. So it's a pure pepper over one of the het pepper girls, pure het pepper girls. Yep. So one of those has already come out. So very nice. Nice to haven't produced some pures for a little while. So I thought I should do so.
An outcross?
No, these are related.
Just a het pepper to a pepper?
Yeah, so this was some hets I made a while ago. I just haven't used the girls. The boys have been busy doing other things. So this year I put him back over one of the het pepper girls. So
excellent.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many good eggs are in there. There's a few. There's a few heads poking out, but you'll see. It'll probably take me half an hour to dismantle the mouldy stuff.
Shouldn't be hard. Just flick it and it'll turn to dust by the sound of it.
Yeah. Well, I thought I'd leave it because we always talk about how clutches, you can have an egg that turns rotten and still have a good one attached to it. So this is an awesome example of that.
Taking it to the extreme levels.
Yeah, so even this clutch here, the couple of mouldy eggs, you can probably see there's a bit of a section there that I ripped off, the round bit there. You can see this one's one of Brent's favourites. Whoops, there we go.
Dirty Lucker. Yep, nice.
Dirty, yep.
Nice.
You can see a few of the brown blobs where the mouldy eggs have been attached to.
Yep.
So
I'm still going strong though. Nothing, no mould spreading as people worry about.
Yep, no, that's it. The healthy ones are healthy. So, but anyway, I suppose we should stop delaying and do some cutting, I guess.
Start cutting. A few in the house already, eh?
Hey, a few people in to say hello.
I have posted and yours and my YouTube links in the comments. We have finally got my YouTube alive. Daz has been alive for a little while now. If you can do us a favor, jump over to YouTube off that link while you're watching or after the show, and like, subscribe, do the bell job. You all know how to fly YouTube, I'm sure, for Morelia by Design and KHP Reptiles.
Yep.
So we can get that YouTube up and going. And also, while you're in Facebook, try the old share button, see if we can spread this cut around to a couple of groups or just share it onto your own personal profile. Whatever you can do will be greatly appreciated.
It certainly would be.
You can spread the love.
So,
mate, lots of the regulars in tonight already. David, Kerb, how are you? Charlie Deeb, as always.
Nice.
Brendan, g'day. Adam Andrews, g'day, mate. Shane, Peter, Donna Bennett, as always. Miss Bennett, good to see you back. Mitchell Holiday, let's get some crackers out. Actual, man, how many's in this first one, mate? That's a pumper of a clutch.
There was 21, and I lost 2. So 19, 36, 9, 12, 15, 18, 19. Yep.
Beautiful.
So we'll start with these. We'll start with these pipped ones. And it's probably. I don't think we'll bet tonight because I think it might be unfair.
Unfair for you to win more bottles again. I thought you'd be on a streak, mate. I thought you'd be all over it.
I don't know. Well, we could. I haven't really seen what's in this clutch.
Yeah, just chop it. Let's get it done. We got a fair bit to get through tonight. Mr. Muzz Williams, Rooster Brother, how are you, mate? Nick, g'day. Carl, g'day. Joe Forza, how are you, big boy? Merry Christmas to you, my friend.
Yeah, Merry Christmas all. Thanks for popping in. I'll move this other white over here.
It's nice and light.
It is. Nice caramel.
Good kickoff. Just a caramel whitey.
Yep, caramel whitey. Oh, camera Daz.
Camera Daz. You even went to big screen yourself and everything, mate. You're getting good at this stuff.
Yeah, I just need to get the eggs underneath the actual camera and then we'll be right. We'll be on cue.
That's nice. Looking good.
Nice little caramel. Yep. I'll move the F10 over here. All right. Let's see what's over here. Buried in this one.
Snip. Kira Jade finally made it. Thanks for making it. Good to have you along. Anthony O'Daniel. You will need to message Mr. Whittaker himself about anything you would prefer to be in your collection other than his.
There we go. Caramel Jack.
Caramel going strong. That's nice. Nice striping.
Possible. Obviously, they're possible super caramel, so there should be a few in here being both parents are carrying the caramel gene. So.
Yep. Well, 75% of the clutch will be caramel of some sort.
Yep. So we'll go wild type. We'll go.
Very, very few of the normal brown wildies then.
Yeah, hopefully.
Leah Bennett. G'day, Leah. Nick. Hello. Colin Ray. How are you, Mr. Ray?
Oh, yep.
Producer of the best T Plus on the planet.
Absolutely.
I still don't have any, Colin. We need to talk. Darren's making moves. I don't want to be left out. Gaz Langley, how are you, mate?
Looks like another wild type there, another caramel wild type.
Caramel Wildy, very nice.
Yeah. You've got to find the Zeb Jaggies. All the Zebs. Another jag. All right. All right, Baldy. Baldy be the jag there for a sec. Where is it? It's got a pretty solid head pat. No, it's Baldy. Quite light. I might look dark on the camera. I look dark to you or not? Oh, I lost you, Brent. I can't hear you at all. That me or you? Oh, well, Brent has disappeared. Maybe he forgot to switch his phone over. Well, I shall carry on. That's caramel, wild type. Still quite nice. I assume it's still going all right. Let me just have a look at messages. So everyone can hear me. Someone jump in. Yep, lost Brent. Okay, cool. You probably forgot to someone jump in a message and just let me know that you can still hear me and see me and all that. It's all right. Probably Brent may not have switched over to his Wi-Fi. I'm still connected to the net. Yep, all right, sweet. Oh, here he comes. Here he comes.
Hey.
Here he comes. The amateur.
Hey, guys.
Amateur. Nice of you.
What'd you do to me, mate? What'd you do? Just boot me out on the street or something?
Right. Thank you, everyone. I was just making sure everyone could hear me, and which they've all just responded back with. Appreciate it. Brent's just playing amateur hour at his place. Bring your other thing. Chop me in.
Apparently my entire internet just died. Totally off the planet. Gone.
What do you need that for?
Apparently it matters. Everything's plugged in. I'm looking at no internet access. Now I still can't see into the stream either.
Maybe I can talk underwater. I was having a greater conversation with myself. Looked at the screen, thought Brent's frozen. That's interesting.
I'm dead. Anyway, let me try and get the laptop back. I'm glad to hope you entertained everyone while I was gone.
Yes, of course. I was worried it was dead at my end, but I still got a Wi-Fi signal there, so I'm on new tower's Wi-Fi. So I shall carry on then. Seeing as it's your problem.
Carry on chopping. What did I miss, mate? Did I miss anything exciting?
No, another wild type. So 3 wildies, or all caramels, so I should say, and a caramel jag at this point in time. So just going to work on the front row here, I think, tonight.
Just go chopping front to back.
Yeah.
Well, I lost all the messages, so whatever messages were there, we'll have to dig up later on.
Yeah, so if anyone's asked any questions, you'll have to put them back up because I didn't scroll through. But that would be just a zebra,
straight zebra of the wild type zebra too, by the look of it.
Yep, not caramel.
Zebra head exanthic, all the same.
Still, yes.
Just adding that little head exanthic makes a world of difference, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely.
Suddenly they become quite useful with a visual of the opposite sex.
Like beady little eyes looking up there.
Excellent.
So, Zeb.
Very nice. Stephen Johnson. Hi, guys, from Brent's YouTube. Woo-wee! Stephen Johnson, you're the man. Finally, we have someone coming in from KHP.
Finally.
Miracles do happen. I asked Santa, please fix my YouTube, and he must have finally got it done.
You must have been a good boy.
I'm not sure about that, but thanks, Santa, anyway.
Surprised that's what you asked Santa for.
I had no other choice, mate. I tried everything I could do. Not even Google could help me.
Oh, another Zeb.
Another Zeb.
It's like a Zeb J, actually.
Zebra jag.
Right. Let me just pop the little head out. There we go. Oh.
Yeah, that's nice. Very nice.
Nice. Little non-caramel version.
Cracking through the non-caramel genes.
Nice. Oh, a bit of mix. It's all good. What do we got in this one? Oh, this one Pit doesn't notice. There we go. A little tiny slit in the egg there.
It's ready. Once out.
It's like, set me free. I won't sing.
Please, sing us a song, Daz.
I won't even hum. It's that bad. I wouldn't call it entertainment. I'd probably more call it ear torture.
We can be entertained by you, mate.
Oh, that's what well, it looks like
Another zebra.
Freaky looking zebra, that one. Little caramel zebra. Charlie D just got excited.
Very nice.
I'm waiting for this. I put my name on that egg, Daz.
Add it to the list. Go on. Stick it on there.
We shall see.
I don't know who's worse, Charlie or Troy the Gangster with the add it to the list. They both claim rights to it.
Right.
Been plenty of lists before those boys were around.
I've had my fair time of doing lists.
Oh, yes. I don't have lists anymore. I've completed all mine years ago, and occasionally something just pops up that I just go, shit.
My list
goes straight to the front of the list.
My list message me in a month. Oh, check that out.
Zebra Jag?
Yeah, caramel zebra jag.
Very nice. Alive and well?
Yeah. Really nice one.
Excellent. No, I'm talking about lists for buying, no, Daz, not for selling. Yeah, I don't do selling lists. Once they're ready, they're ready. But buying, though, there's not so much of the buying list happening these days.
Yes, no, mine has definitely shrunk a long way. Although it did get a little bit of expenditure this season.
Yes, some lashing out. There's a couple of little projects Darren's bringing on home. He's on the move. Stephen Johnson, I had to go to Brent Smith KHP Reptiles to get the live feed. There you go. Do me a favour, Mr. Johnson, and copy wherever you went and post it in the comments if you can, so we can find myself, because apparently my link was crap. Daz Langley, Christmas was good. Yeah, someone tried Daz's link as well, because we did it the same way, whether Daz is working, but people have found you before for some reason.
I'm probably pretty hard to miss.
I actually have 2 or 3 YouTubes as a problem too. I've got to kill some. Well,
that's a cracker.
Caramel Zebjag cracking.
Yeah.
That is nice.
That is absolutely nice.
A very nice pattern. Little thin pinstripe dorsal line.
Yep. That's kind of what I was hoping, to be honest. I've seen a few. I've produced a few like this on the head albino side and stuff, so I was hoping to crack something like this with the head xanthic side, so very happy with that.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's the pick of the clutch so far.
Definitely my pick of the clutch.
Yes, Darren's hold back.
Number 1, or 2, or 7. I'm not sure yet.
Excellent. Elizabeth Chiquito, g'day. Sorry I missed the last one. Where's your late note?
Yep.
You're always here, Elizabeth.
Bring a certificate from your parents.
Yep, there'll be some sort of reason for family do or something, no doubt.
It's all right.
So,
we'll forgive you.
Ask my wife. Yeah. Ask my wife. She always says the snakes come first before everything.
Yep. Priorities.
She knows.
Like a jag.
Straight Jaguar.
Yep. No, caramel. So probably comes across a bit dark in there, but it is.
It does that. Yeah. Almost looks like xanthic in that light.
Yeah, it does when I look at it at my screen. It's actually quite like strong. There's actually quite light brown here in real light. I don't know if that makes it any. Maybe you see shades of brown there a bit better.
Yeah, probably better with the light on, I think.
Yep. Doink.
Kurt asked, does the Bradley bring out that red?
Yeah, some. Well, this is the first time. Well, this is the second clutch in this lot. So the Bredlis in the past have for the other pairings I've done, but with this Ghost Zeb, this is only the second clutch I've made. So once they're out and shed, I'll have a better idea of how they look. Certainly nice. How they go in terms of the actual homozygous form, as in the bred like Xanthic, say Zebjag caramel version. No idea. I don't know anyone that's got any to reference to.
With Bredley blood mixed in, that's a nice add-in.
I mean, there probably is, but I don't know.
Bit of Bredley mixed into anything is a whole new world, as we've seen.
Yeah, definitely. Now that I've got albinos.
Finally on the board with his pair of albino Bredley.
And Xanthics. Another caramel zeb.
No one cares about your Xanthic Bredley, mate.
Oh, you will when you see them.
So I'll just come over and pick some. Don't you worry.
Oh, that'll be right.
You better hope you got enough. You could be short. I'll leave you one bottle of Bailey's and take an Xanthic Bredley instead. That's nice.
Yeah, no caramel Zebjag. Still well connected there to the vocal cord in there.
Yeah.
There's
another day.
Too much. Yeah. They normally come out the next day or two.
How many days was these? These are just about full time.
These laid 30 11th, so.
Yep. No, about on time.
About on time. Yep.
Phil Colvin, how are you, buddy?
Hey, Phil. Glad you made a safe trip home, mate.
Back to the homeland, D&G Reptiles. Found your YouTube, mate. 3rd subscriber. Legend, hey? You can look back at that one day when I've got 20 and you can say you were number 3.
That's how it feels, isn't it?
Thank you, mate. Thank you for jumping on.
You're just a wildie. Here's like right there. But need to bring it up a little bit more. Pretty sure that's just a wildie. Quite nice, eh? It's got a light
caramel?
Yeah, caramel. Sorry, caramel wildie. Yeah. Quite nice. And obviously, they're all potentially a super caramel, but we won't know that until they're bred from.
Until they're out and about.
Yep. All right. I feel something in this egg, which is a good sign.
It's alive. Anthony O'Daniel from Adelaide. YouTube is working. Thank you, mate. Just someone check out Daz's, see if they can see if that link was working. So hopefully that's yours working and mine working, mate. We've mastered YouTube.
Oh, that looks like an actual just a wild type, so just a head Xanthic.
Straight up head Xanthic.
Yep. There we go. I think that's the first one of those. Just did our reason. Go on, just keep staying your egg. Go on. Come out later.
Just chill.
Yep. There you go.
Elizabeth Zebjag dominated her clutch. She had a beautiful clutch. Elizabeth, with that paradoxy chimera looking thing that snuck on through there. It looks fantastic after a shed.
Yeah.
I do love some of those weird things that pop out occasionally.
Very cool. They never pop out here, though.
For all the numbers you do, it just shows you that it just happens in some lines, not in others. You've obviously extensively bred your stuff and not had anything paradox, but I don't know, some are just prone to popping them out.
Yep. Guess that's just a wildie by the way.
Attack of the Wildies.
Very nice.
Tara's loving the caramels. Yeah, I'm a big fan of caramel, actually. I do love the caramel.
Yep, same.
Caramel mixed into anything.
Makes a really nice combination with so many things.
Phil Colvin said, cheers, Daz. The Pepper had her first feed tonight.
Pig. It's an absolute stunner, too, that one.
Then you sold something you shouldn't have.
I always do that.
It happens, don't worry. You get the update shots later and you're, ooh, why did I sell that?
That's exactly right. Well, they breed from it and they go, check out this attachment. You're like,
Whoops. We can't keep them all, they say.
See the membrane in there quite easily.
Yeah, nice, thick
Yep.
little wall.
Just peel that back. So he's free to breathe. There we go. It's a little bag.
Pop him out. Welcome to the world, little Jaguar. Ledger Chapman says hello. Thanks for the chat today, Daz.
Yep, no worries. My pleasure.
Munya, Sprouty. Hello, Miss Sprouty. I care about your Xanthic Bredley. I don't. Moving right along. Glad someone cares about your Xanthic Bredley, mate. Stephen Johnson said, yeah, Daz, yours is working, mate. We've finally mastered 2 YouTubes working at once.
Awesome, thank you. Onwards and upwards. Sorry, I'm just de-gooping my hands. And, oh, look at that. There's an alcoholic beverage. Oh, yeah. I must tell everybody that Brent's quite nasty. He made
a pain in the ass.
He made these bets and made me go and buy Baileys, and then I felt a bit thirsty, and I drank. Now
only one.
Now
only one.
Bottle number 2's almost empty.
Whoopsies.
This, according to Brent, this lovely yellow polka dot egg is bound to have a caramel zeb jag in it.
Bring the magic out of that.
Bring the magic out, as he says.
Or just a caramel freaky zebra head Xanthic could do. If it's one of those, I'll have it.
You better be quick with add it to my list.
Hang on, I'm typing now. Add it to the list. I just won't press enter until we see it.
You know what? You are an ass.
Come on. You
are an ass.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
It's actually stuck to the egg.
Skin stuck on it.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to.
How did you manage that? Don't break my snake.
No, I might leave that to play with after. But caramel zeb, Jay, I'm not sure if it's kicking or not. I mean, it's just the things that go wrong, you know? Like, there's no hiding the reality of snake breeding when you're doing it live.
No, it's just stuck. It's stuck. Some bloke called Brent Smith said, add it to the list. do you know what that means?
Yeah, I'll add it to it if it doesn't survive.
But I want to save that, add it to the list for later.
I reckon.
Hopefully that one's just a little bit not fully adhered to the egg.
No.
I've not seen that before, mate. I don't think I've ever had one that's stuck to the shell.
I'm not 100% sure. It's actually, I think it may have died towards the end here. I'm just trying to. Don't think it's.
Doesn't seem much life in the egg.
No. One of these things happen. There's a lot of life in this one. Get your head back in there. Go on. Just wait. Wait your turn.
Wants to get on camera.
Let's have a bit more of a look, eh? We may as well. If it's gone, it's gone. There can't be much about that.
If it's dead, it's dead. If it's definitely not alive, we can have a bit of a squeeze at it all the same. Fully formed though. It's must have been very, very late stages death if it didn't make it.
I think you can see that. Yep. I'm just going to trim this egg a bit more. So, I mean, this is the reality of snake breeding. You know, it doesn't always go perfect. Things go wrong. We don't know why. Obviously, it's other than nature. But yeah, that is, I'm pretty sure, dead in the egg. But we'll get this attached in here.
Beautiful snake, though. That's a shame.
Yeah.
Definitely don't want that on my list, by the way.
No, it's not going on your list. I'm going to leave it in the sun.
Chuck that one in Oz Post. Little 2 kilo express bag. Send it to me.
Send it to you via Perth.
Nice Goannas will be excited for it either way.
There we go. Yeah, no, it's not. Unfortunately,
it's not a runner.
Well, I'd say obviously that has caused a problem that it's been attached to the side. Hasn't quite formed.
Yeah, a bit deformed shaped head.
Oh, yes. Now you get that lovely smell now that that's cracked open.
Yeah, now you've freed some of the goop underneath.
Yep. Well, there you go. I mean, it was a gunky egg, but there we go. Look what was in it.
Got damn close to coming out though. That's obviously the colour pattern last to form, and that thing looks completely like it was good to go a few days ago.
I've never seen anything that's actually. That's the first time I've ever seen anything that was actually attached to the wall of the egg. You can actually see the dots here.
The pattern
where the snake was attached to.
Yeah, I've not seen that. That's very interesting.
Yeah, bummer, because that would have been absolutely stunner too.
Yep. What a shame. Oh well, no fun in that one.
No fun in that one. So I'll put Brent's name on that one.
Thank you, mate. Appreciate it.
This one here just does not want to stay in here.
He one's out. You need a tub for that one. He's ready.
Free rider should be. Yep, not going in.
Adam's Family Reptile Den. No bet tonight, mate. No, we're laying off. After Darren won one back. I need a day to recover after I lost a bottle to Darren.
We're both in shock.
Event. Mate, I was in shock this morning, mate. After 3 nights of drinking, I woke up. I felt like albino Pepper this morning. Solid red eyes. I looked in the mirror and went, shit. It's no drinking for you today.
What's going on?
That's maybe why I got some painting and some flooring done. Just decided to pick up the paintbrush instead of the Bailey's bottle.
Yes, it's quite nice, the old Bailey's bottle.
It's very nice. David Harry, g'day, mate. I have 0 in caramels in my collection. Will be something for the future. Mate, come on, Mr. David, chef boy, up those rookie numbers. Everyone needs a caramel of some description, multi-gene, head for something, anything caramel.
It's very wet. Zeb Jag, I'm not sure where that is.
Yeah, I was going to say zebra or zebra jag.
Zeb Jag, buried in there somewhere else.
Still a bit underdone.
Yeah, probably wimp, but still, nonetheless.
Rest.
Yep. Seems we've got a few to go through, so we'll keep it.
Keep them rolling. Next crosser. Where are you guys located? Darren is in Kellyville, and I am out in the west in Penrith. Both Sydney boys. Yes, in the Riff. I'm not exclusive as Darren from his Kellyville Heights.
No, just Kellyville.
Upper Kellyville. Anthony says, all live feeds working well. Thank you, mate. Good to see.
Thank you.
Matty Travs, I almost had an Xanthic Bradley. Yeah, it was a bit of a nightmare clutch that you had there, mate. Sorry to hear.
Well, like we say, always next year.
It is. Next year is not that far away now.
Oh, there's a cracking jag.
Caramel jag.
Yeah, it's a beauty.
Alive and well. Love the head pattern.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Nice and light.
Very caramel. You'd nearly you'd take a punt at a super caramel jag right there if you had to put a label on it.
Yeah,
with no knowledge.
Yeah, that's right. But it could just be single copy. Could just be a caramel.
Yep, there's a couple I've kept back and tried to prove how perfect a guess it was, and one proved and one didn't. So it just shows me the absolute lightest 2 out of a clutch of 20 that should have had a few in it. Yeah, so you can't pick it just on the phenotype.
No, definitely not. Certainly need to grow them up and breed them to prove them 100% without question.
Yep, definitely. Sharon Harris, evening. Merry Christmas.
Yep.
And the best New Year and to everyone. So we won't talk about a better year or, any sort of different year to the past couple, because we all complained about the year before and look what happened the following year. So let's just limp into 2022 and see what comes.
Yes, it's a big limp.
It's a massive limp after the last 2 years.
It's already started off pretty bad.
There's things dragging everywhere.
There's many
Sharon
cases
says,
of COVID around.
Sharon's loving the videos. Well, thank you for watching, Sharon. It's a bit of fun for us to share some of these moments.
Yep, we have another jag. Can you just work his head around a little bit more?
Straight jag?
Yeah, his head's... Well, it does have a caramel tinge to it. It's quite dark, but so it could be a dark on the scale caramel. But he's decided to bury his head right down here in the butt of the egg.
Yep. One of Darren's typical head buried in the corner jobs.
Can you see his eye just sitting there underneath?
Yep, just lurking.
Like monster from the deep. There we go.
Very cool. That's the last one.
Yeah, not a bad clutch actually.
Nice bit of mixture. It's good when you get a whole bunch of weird and wonderful things.
Certainly is. So we'll get those away and what's the time? 36.
The next one, Kurt Lysley. G'day, mate. How are you? Hope you're better from your family of illness. Did we see Shakito's Chimera carpet? We sure did, mate. That was a cracker. Now it's shed too. It's looking fantastic.
Yeah, I bet you it's got holdback written on it.
Well, I doubt it's going anywhere. I think Elizabeth will probably have made a long-term home for that thing already.
I reckon. Get out of this snot egg.
John Snooker, g'day, mate. Got the kids to bed early tonight. Just wind that clock forward, get them into bed so you can catch the show.
That's it. Oh, look, kids, time for bed. Haha, lie, tricked you.
It's just time for adults to do adult things.
Yep. And then wonder why they wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Just because I sent you to bed at 6:30, there's no need to get up early.
Yep, that's right.
Anthony O'Daniel, time for a prohibition gin. Wow, that sounds hardcore for a Tuesday night.
Actually, I have to find out. My wife had a sip of a drink the other day. I was having beer, so I didn't. But it was vodka and Baileys and something else.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
She tastes and goes, oh, yeah, that's really nice. Actually got the recipe for it, if you call it, the ingredients for it.
Yep, the mix. That sounds cool. My wife drinks vodka, Grey Goose variety, so I could whip one of them up later on and try it out.
Yeah, I think there was like 4 things in it. I can't remember what it was. If she was paying attention, I could probably say, message me on Facebook what it was. But
message me, Ness.
Yeah,
message me like you normally do.
When I'm not around.
I normally wait till you're in the state, but just send me the mix for that drink, and we will check that out.
Well,
I won't drink tonight, though. I'll try and get some normal coloured eyes for tomorrow.
Really? That's first.
I love the peppers, but I can't walk into Bunnings looking like a pepper. The girl at the checkout was looking at me funny. I was like, I know I look like a goddamn vampire, but it's only 2 o'clock. Give me time.
Vampire. So just give me a sec. I'm just going to clean up here quickly.
Clean up your mess.
Clean
Adam's
up mess.
Family Reptile Den, my boy Noah and Flynn, love your work and wish for a shout out. Well, shout out Noah, shout out Flynn. Good to have a couple of young fellas in there loving the shows.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming along, guys.
The future herpers.
Yep. Our kids are the future. I mean, we were all had minimal knowledge when we started. So the younger you start, by the time you get old and senior like Brent.
Yep. I've forgotten most of it.
So, yeah.
Comes back to me occasionally.
You think, oh, yeah, that's right. I do remember that now that you mentioned it.
Or you can think you know everything, like that Troy the gangster bloke. Where's he tonight? Didn't show up.
He's off reading books.
He's trying to learn something.
Yeah.
He's finished talking big. Now he's actually got to back it up with some knowledge.
Yeah.
It's good that he's not here. He can't even run his mouth back to us, so he'll have to catch it on a replay.
Oh, now we're gonna get ready for clutch putrid.
Bring the rubble.
Oh yeah, there it is. Oh no, that's Brent. Oh snap, girlfriend.
That's putrid. Yeah, thanks, Daz. Appreciate it.
He's quick.
Sorry, mate. I was reading comments.
Oh, good job.
Show me the mess. Show me the mess.
Oh, it's you know what? This is if you're going to have a mess, right? This is the mess you want.
One with a pepper crawling out of it.
There's a very good reason sitting right there on the top.
Ah, beautiful. Look
at that.
That is outstanding art, Darren. That's very different.
And I left that particularly because I wanted to show people how filthy and putrid a clutch can get.
and still bring magic.
Still produce the goods. So just because you think it's gone to poop doesn't mean it has. So
nope. Man, there is some ugly looking eggs in there.
Oh, there is. And I'm going to have some fun like ripping this apart.
That reminds me of a couple of maternal incubation clutches I did many moons ago when the mother tends to drag all sorts of substrate and bit of pee and whatever else back all over the eggs, and they end up looking much like that. Not quite as bad as that. There's a few there that are definitely putrid and moldy, but still, look at all the white ones in the middle there, shining through brightly with putrid mess over the top, which is everyone's worst fear, that, you know, a bad egg droops down and kills something underneath it. That's a good-looking pepper, mate.
And a gorgeous little pepper on the top.
Straight out of the top egg and decided to stick around the clutch.
Yep, beautiful little pure pepper. I'll just put him in the tub over here. Yeah. And let the destruction. So, like, just to give you an idea, like, there's one coming out the side. Like, look, I don't know if that.
A little head there. Is that another black eye?
Look down here, this egg here, and there's just filth on either side of it. There's one buried right in the middle there, the little black dot on my thumb, that is almost completely surrounded by thing, and it is still, you know, what appears to be in good condition. So
that's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's going to take me a bit, but we will get some.
Pull some stuff apart.
Yeah, we'll try and. The worst part about these is they often still stick like buggers. So when snakes normally start to hatch, the eggs become quite easy to separate. But these are not quite so easy to separate.
Troy the gangster finally showed up. Where's your late note, mate? We were just talking about uneducated clowns, and here's one now.
He had to go and get a nappy change.
Poor Troy.
Poor Troy. Another beautiful Troy.
He's been busy cleaning his house all day. First house clean of the year. Getting ready for 2022.
Look at that putrid filth.
There's a sensational looking clutch, mate, I've got to say.
Glad I got my gloves on. Just pinching the hole there so no more goop comes out.
Call me a clown. Sorry, gorilla. Wrong terminology. Magilla gorilla. He's upset because we talk about him not having eggs, so we've got to pick on him for other things, not just eggs now. So.
Oh, I got some eggs here. I can give him. Here's one. There you go. You can take that one.
Here's one.
There's one.
Yep.
There you go.
What do you reckon it's going to be, mate? A pepper or a wild type?
I reckon it's going to be Troy's.
Troy's?
Another one over there.
Yeah, Phil Colvin. I'm glad we don't have smell-o-vision yet.
Believe it or not, it actually doesn't smell at all. Like I think they're just so dried that
the smell's gone.
Yep. Do you want me to keep one? I'll cut one open. I don't care.
Man, you cut one open. They'll just be a solid clump of mass by now. I reckon they'll be just hard white filth.
Yep.
But by all means, cut a few open, mate. Entertain us with what the inside of one of those would bring us.
Look at that bearing down. Oh, I want to just squeeze all the big out. Sorry, I normally do this prior to pipping the eggs, as you notice with the other clutch, but I just wanted for those that are
able to see the magic,
new to breeding, actually see how bad they can get.
How bad they can get, and still we will get to cut a few decent ones in between. Good size clutch though, mate.
Yeah, it was a good size clutch. It's obviously not so good sized anymore.
There's a couple that went by the wayside. Ledger Chapman, so there's a heap of information in your videos. No worries, mate. Hopefully some of the ramblings that go on, people can pick up some decent information in between.
Yep. Yeah, getting there. I'll just leave that one on top. Oh, actually, come on.
Into the good side now.
Yep. Yeah, that poking its head out.
Is that a pepper down the bottom poking out?
Yep.
Magic.
I'll make too big in it. Yes, bark away, dog. Oh, I might have to get some more paper.
What a mess. That's excellent. That's cool that peppers will come out of this. People would be dying if that was their pepper clutch. Obviously, you're experienced in these matters that you're happy to let a pepper clutch just rot away. I guess if they're not meant to be, they're not meant to be.
That's exactly right. But look at this one that's buried in the bottom. This one will be interesting. Oh, no, look, sorry. Actually, that's the one that's out. So, sorry, you should tell me. So this one that was buried in the bottom is the one that's out.
This is the one that's free.
It was
came
completely encased. Yeah.
And that's probably got a fair bit of insulation there. Got an extra bit of temp inside, cooked and free.
Yep.
Got itself free through the maze of filth.
It's unreal. Don't think this one's any good, but we'll take it and we'll cut it anyway, just so we can see. A couple of shotty eggs.
Don't lick those fingers, Daz.
Yeah, nope. I'm about to F10 those, and I'm going to tidy this up a bit. Oh, yuck. Thank goodness for paper towel.
So this was straight pepper to head pepper?
Yeah, so pure all the way through.
Pure Murray magic.
So I'll move this over here.
Gaza Langley says, what's better, leaving them together or separate them when they're laid? It's probably personal choice, really. I know Daz leaves most of his in clumps. Yep. I like to separate all mine and lay them all out flat and even. So the nice airflow all around, but it really depends on how quickly you get them out. If you get them very close to lay time, they're quite soft and not as sticky. So you can get them out and get them separated and nicely packed into your incubator. But if they've been there for 24 hours or so, you'll have a tough time separating those eggs. Probably safer to leave them in a clump.
Yep, definitely. Better safe than tearing an egg. I mean, they do patch up quite well, but...
Better not. There's a couple of clutches I've got in the incubator that Sheree pulled this year. She found them when cleaning, and they are in there just as clumps chucked in by her. Generally, I would have pulled them apart, but busy at work, she can pull and dump in the incubator, and I'll separate once we go to live, cut them in a couple of weeks.
All right. Get rid of all this. At least it's a little bit cleaner now.
So you've cleaned up all the filthy mess you generated there, mate?
Some of it, anyway. So quick and temporary. I might get some more paper towel in a sec. We'll go with these ones that already have holes in it, seeing as they have already pipped.
all ready to roll.
Right now, yep. And then we'll. I mean, who knows? I don't know whether they're all going to be good, whether they're going to be bad, or what. But we'll endeavour.
We'll find out.
So that's quite small, that one.
How many good ones you got left there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I think.
11 plus the one that's through.
Plus the one that's 3, yep.
Deb said, are you in Red Bank Plains? Because she heard a dog bark at the exact same time as the video.
Nope.
Live in stereo.
Okay. Go.
Let's see how many peppers you can pull out of the remaining rubble, eh?
Well, hopefully there's a couple for myself. Yeah,
more holdbacks.
Yeah, it's a wild type. So all these will still be 100% hets anyway.
Yep, het pepper. No problem with that. Always useful.
Yeah. Quite nice. Pure stuff's
beautiful.
really nice.
Pure Murrays too, which are always nice when people want to start with some heads that are much more affordable. Some pure Murrays always nice.
Yeah.
One Wildy. What's next?
One Wildy. I think it's not a Wildy. Slip through there. There we go. Another pepper.
Another magic. Get rid of a bit of that sack.
Yeah.
Can you see the head already, can you? Oh, yeah, there's the head right there. Yep. Black eye. It's hard when the eye just gets lost in the darkness.
Yeah. He's kind of like, I'm trying to coerce him out, and he's like, no, I want him back in.
Nope.
So you can see the pattern there.
Lovely pepper pattern. Be some striping down the back end there somewhere when we get to it.
Yep, there certainly was. I saw it before.
But the pure black eyes.
Yes, come out, wherever you are.
Oh, there we go. Got any blacker? Thanks for showing yourself, little Pepper. Stuck his head out for a moment.
He's like, fine, I'm here, and now I'm leaving.
And now I'm going back to bed. Thanks for getting me up.
So a couple that are picked here. Look at this one here that's picked. We're going for a putrid egg here. But
shocking egg. Pepper in it for sure. Outside.
Is it Wildy?
Nice pure Murray, very nice. Nice, a silvery colour.
Yeah, I love the little blue tinge in their heads. Very cool.
Very nice. Gazza Langley, any plans for New Year's? What are you doing, Daz? Besides drinking my Baileys.
Drinking your Baileys?
Drinking more of the Baileys?
Probably cleaning and feeding it. As I do every other night.
Just say me 2 Baileys, mate. You can drink the rest. That's fine.
Yeah. Well, why don't they all just do that? Take their heads out.
Bloop bloop.
This one looked like
out and about. Yeah. We're all going to Gazza's place in Cambo, mate. Big party at Gazza's.
Oh no, I didn't see his eye.
Oh,
that's a terrible wild type. That one.
A terrible looking wild type, mate. Very exploded, pepperish pattern for a wild type there.
Oh, there we go. Must have caught a reflection on his eye.
Bit shiny looking, but the magic black eyes, very nice.
Beautiful.
Going well with the peppers, mate.
So 3. It's good. Ugh. Lovely eggs.
Troy says nappy, Daz. We'll see. Look out. You've got the gangster, mate. It's coming round. Door's coming off.
That was a quick response.
It's probably me, quick to read it 10 minutes later. Katie Gordon, how did the half Lucy Chimera go?
Oh,
Sorry if it's been posted already. Memory, another Pepper. You are on song. Sorry, it's been posted. Memory of a goldfish. No worry, my memory is a half a goldfish these days. If you're talking about the Lucy Chimera I had earlier in the year, it never got out of the egg. Well, I got half out of the egg and stopped up, pulled up, stumps done. That's a nice little pepper, mate.
geez.
Alive and well.
Yep. I'll just try and see if you can see the bit of a stripe. You probably just pick it up there on the edge. No, you just decide to roll it so you can't see it.
Yep.
That's number 4.
Hey, Pepper's going strong for the survivors.
Yeah. Any of these other ones be picked yet?
4 to go.
Into the fun zone now, whether they're good or bad, we don't know.
Oh no, there's more up the top there. 6 to go, is there?
Yeah. These ones. Yeah, I just had them off the side. There was just stuff everywhere. So, and then a couple of crappy ones, which obviously aren't. So this one I'm not sure about. It's a very small egg.
Pepper for sure. Little baby one. Mini Pepper. Oh.
Oh, mate. So.
Very small. Is it even a goer?
No, I don't think so. No.
Stopped growing a while ago.
It's a pepper though.
Was a pepper?
Yeah, or was a pepper.
Sadly, not going to cut it.
I'm not sure you can quite see the
dark eye.
Yep, dark eye there or not. Yeah, kind of when I was pulling it apart, I was a bit suspect about that egg. So
yeah, not the best looking.
Yeah,
small.
Part and parcel of the clutch when it goes to poop.
It happens, sadly. Ledger Chapman, is there any clutches due for the New Year's? Oh, mate, there'll be some at Daz's for sure. It's a day, isn't it?
I wouldn't be surprised to get some for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hasn't formed, I think.
Yeah, another one that hasn't absorbed anything. Might have stopped absorbing and working a while back.
Yeah, certainly.
Not much of it left in the corner there.
No, I'm not. These two I wasn't sure about, which is why I grabbed them. The other ones, I think they're okay. But these ones, once again, that's actually still alive, believe it or not.
It must be tiny. So it's barely half of a small egg.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll pick up can you see it okay there?
Yep, it's focused there nicely.
He's kind of moving, see?
Alive, but probably no high hopes that it's going to get out and be in good shape.
I would be surprised if it survives another couple of days. So,
yeah, well, can't win them all, especially in that clutch.
No, I didn't think any would make the distance the way it was going for whatever reason. So, I mean, I hadn't bred the girl for a while, so. Let's see what's in this one. Hopefully, there's some
more pepper. Well, this one's a bit wet.
Yeah, there's a few wet ones. That is a. Yep, it's alive. Yep, I'd say just a wild type, that one. So we're gonna. Can you see it at all? Probably not.
Yeah, a bit of reflection there, but you can. That's a nice pattern on that thing, though. That's not your average sort of pattern.
No, it's got a clear eye. Well, not a black eye, obviously. From what I can see, sorry. See the eye just near my finger here? Just looking straight. Yeah. So, very wet.
Cracker, going well. David says feeding night for him. Back and forth checking this clutch out. Peppers galore for a half bad clutch. You've certainly done well with the pepper odds, mate, I've got to say.
Well, that's good.
Always good. 3 to go.
Yeah, 3. What's left of
3, and it looks like you're in the middle of an emergency department at Bankstown Hospital or something.
mutton bucket?
What a mess.
I reckon. This is not a great egg either.
Yucky yellow window on the end.
No, it's alive. And it's a pepper.
Of course it is. Just another pepper.
So it's good that it's kicking.
Under camera.
Sorry. There we go.
That's better. Now we can see him. Yep. Beautiful black eyes. Good looking pepper.
Yeah. Another one. Yeah.
Hey, somehow you've managed all the peppers to survive well.
Well, I wasn't going to say that I actually designed it so that the hets don't survive and just get peppers. No, it's a terrible thing to say. Who said that?
Fortunate, very fortunate. Sadly, in that pile of rubble there's probably a couple of peppers still, though.
Yeah. Oh.
Again?
Ching!
Stop it! You sure this was head to head? Sorry, head to pepper? This is not pepper to pepper?
Yeah, it's a nice one.
Wow. Going strong. I think someone would actually love this as their first pepper clutch, I think.
I reckon. Oh, that's not what it is.
1 to go. It's the one that looks like a little sad face egg. Looks like Thomas the Tank Engine on the front of it. Or is that just me still recovering from Bailey's?
I think so.
Okay. Pepper again? Stop it. On a streak.
And he's going to pop his head out. No, he's going to take it back in.
Saw you and ran. Katie Gordon said, what day was this? I think we said, 56, 57? It was not quite 60.
These guys, this is laid 2nd of the 11th.
Yep. Pepper Central for sure.
So that's bloody good, mate.
That's very good. Phil Colvin says, I take it as my first. I'll take it as my any. That's a outstanding result for pepper rods.
I reckon. I was certainly not expecting that with the way my odds have been recently.
Kick butt on the pepper. Very nice. Donna Bennett, congrats.
Thanks, Donna. Thank you.
Anthony Pepper everywhere. Absolutely. I'm glad I didn't bet bloody peppers against wild tops or something. That could have been a landslide.
Oh, that's why I got some.
That's why. Right?
I got some.
Take their bottles out of the equation. Suddenly they came flowing.
Yeah. Here's one I prepared earlier, which I don't know what that guy's thing is.
The first one that was out and about. Nice, fat, healthy looking snake, isn't it?
Yep.
Well absorbed.
Should be my goodie glasses.
Joshua Kirkman, Mr. Fresh Blood. Awesome work, Daz. Got to watch a bit tonight.
It's a girl.
It's a girly girl.
No, a problem with having a girl.
And what are you riding holdback on it already?
You got that right.
Extra few girls never hurts.
Yep, certainly going to hold a couple of the peppers back this season. So we'll see what the sexes are.
Always good to keep some extra fresh blood coming through.
Yeah, not only that, also so I can take some of the peppers from this and put it with some of the outcrossed 100% hets that I've got over here. So I can get some new fresh blood into it. Like new fresh blood, like reptiles.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
So
David says he'll take clutch if he's offering. I think you are dreaming, David. You don't know Darren well. He's a hoarder at the best of times.
Yes, all the times.
Getting him to part with anything is a right pain in the butt.
That's hard. There's something here that this is soft and gooey. This is bound to be putrid.
This one's going to stink good. Let's chop up the mess, and see what lurks beneath.
Yeah, why not?
But a white clump of snot.
Oh, yes. Might drink
Deep breaths, mate. Deep breaths under camera.
Oh.
Show us the love. Oh, there's a snake.
Now you look at that and go, oh wow, check that out. How cool is that? It's obviously died. So pigmentation in animals forms in the last kind of week of development, or week or so.
Yep.
So often when something has died just prior to hatching, they'll often come out really nicely patterned, often not developed correctly. People often get excited going, oh, check this out in the clutch. And it's often
It was
just
something magic. Mm.
Oh, spill the goop. That's not very good.
Smell good and have a good whiff.
Yum.
Less formation in this one, maybe. Looks a fair bit more dried up.
Certainly does, but might as well show people what they look like if they're interested in. Be warned, it probably looks putrid.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. That's the ones that generally solid clump of white mass.
Yep. And that's just that's hard. Like
Spongy sponge.
Yeah, like a non-fertile thing. So there we go. So give me a moment. I really need to clean this up here.
Clean up the slop.
Off the earphones for a second. Just let me get some paper towel.
Kevin Milner, congrats. I'm sure Daz will be happy with the odds he pulled out of that. That was quite a run of peppers there at the end. And Phil Colvin, how am I meant to get that pair of pure hets? You might be upgrading, Phil. You might be. You can hear. You might have to upgrade, Phil. You might no hets available. Sorry.
Ugh. Yeah. Oh well, the fun of putrid clutches. It's the reality of it, eh?
It is. It is. Well, a good result for a clutch that could have been all in the bin if it had kept disintegrating away.
Well, absolutely. So I'm just going to F10 and get my grubby hands clean.
Clean up. David says he was joking. So are we, mate. Don't have the money for that stuff. Come on, mate. You're a rich chef. Master chef. I'm sure you can make some food for Dazzle, swapping for some hets or something.
Food? Didn't say food.
Food?
I wish I could eat as much food as I used to. No, I don't.
Yeah, Phil, you twisted my arm. Yeah, you might have to, mate, because Darren can't twist a wild type out tonight for a change.
Yes. That's actually for a good reason.
Really fantastic result. It's one that we don't see too often, a landslide of peppers.
No, not at all. Very happy. I'll just change the screen. I'm sure people don't want to see me spraying everything with F10. There we go. I'll just get rid of that. So our faces are much nicer.
Some days.
Get a little bit of support in your chat. Would be nice.
Oh, good result, mate.
Yes, yeah. I'm surprised actually how many peppers there were. Obviously, it would have been the whole clutch would have been a 50-50 ratio. So, to lose that many eggs and still get that many peppers is a great odds. Hopefully, they're not all the same sex. The way my odds have been going lately.
That'll be an interesting one. Males, females. Well, you popped one. It was a little girl, so that's a holdback for a start.
Yep, that's it. So a boy and a couple of girls would be nice, is what I'm after. So just give a few more to play with to do some other projects with. So,
yep. Matty Travs had to duck out. What was the results? Results of Darren kicking butt on ratios of peppers to wild types or hets. Or a landslide of peppers came in from a pretty terrible looking clutch.
It was a putrid. I did tell you it was a putrid clutch. It was going to be filthy.
Is that my Bailey's you're drinking?
No, this is my Bailey's. I want it back.
It was mine. It has been repossessed.
It was yours. There's 4 more bottles there. 2 of yours.
Excellent.
David. I didn't get time, and I actually forgot that there was a bottle of Kahlua. I bought a bottle of Kahlua today.
Oh, look out! Maybe you can start mixing like a pro.
I thought I'd make that mix you're talking about, and then I forgot.
Come on, mate.
It's amateur hour, apparently.
Yep.
But it's good. It's healthy for you. It has skim milk. So,
yes, mate. Absolutely. So that way you can have more.
Don't even jump on the hard stuff.
Here's a good question from Michael Ward for you, Daz, being the extensive MD man from way back in the day. I always thought wild-type MDs were grey-black, but I've seen quite a few online and have quite a bit of brown influence in them.
Yep.
They 100%. Are claimed as pure MDs. Is this natural variation, or yours typically black?
Mine are typically black and grey. There is some browns that came from the male. But no, you do actually get some more, let's just say red MDs, Queensland, some from down South Aussie way. So you do get your typical like mine that are more your black and grey. But you do also get black, brown, black, red type MDs as well. So there's quite a bit of variation. One of the things that always make MDs stand out is the kind of arrow shaped head pattern they get. So if you look at their head, there's always like a point at the tip of the nose that always comes back towards the back of the head. They always kind of have that arrow sort of look about them. I might actually be able to find some photos.
There's a few localities with some nice heavy red speckling through them as well.
Yes, there are. There's a few different localities. And one that's good to see is for Stuka. He's got a fascination with Murray's, which is great to see, and he's actually picking himself up a few locality specific type animals. So he's actually got a few that he's been hunting around and trying to work with. So there are some nice red ones around. Mine are all pretty much black and grey lines. I was going to look at doing reds and other things and keeping them pure, but I figured other people can do that if they want to. There's plenty of those sort of options around. I
saw some, I don't know what show it was at years ago. I think it was Pilbara locality. There was some outstanding ones. I stood there staring at them thinking, wow, what am I going to do with these?
So some stunning, absolutely stunning, like really, really red ones. But like anything, you say that are claimed, if you really need to know the history on them, I suppose, a lot more now so than, my Murrays I got were back when there wasn't a lot of mixed blood anything around. In fact, at that point in time, albinos had only pretty much been released. I hatched the first one in 07. Mine were like an 05 hatch, I think. So there was hardly anything.
It was all just locality stuff back then. That's all it was with the different species.
I'm just trying. I don't know where I can find photos on my page. I was just going to see if I could find a couple of pictures, but I don't know where the little thing says photos because I'm amateur.
Unprepared. Don't you have it all sorted out into little folders and everything ready to go?
No, I don't. I wasn't expecting to actually share some photos, but if you look at, you can see typically if you look at my page, you can see the silver pepper even still has that arrow look on the head. It's even influencing some of the crosses I've done. But Murray's a very typical thing of Murray's. But no, essence is yes, there are red ones and some very nice red ones around. So I like them all.
Nice. Stephen Johnson, how's that snake going? Well, it was tangled in the umbilical cord from last night.
I haven't touched them. I have not touched them. So pretty much once I've pipped them, like these ones here, you see me put them back in the containers. They go from there, they go straight back in the incubator, and then I just leave them. I'll leave them for a couple of days. Don't even look at them. Don't even touch them. Just let them come out on their own. If they're not meant to make it, that's the way it is. Unfortunately, even with me interfering, they're probably not going to have a good result anyway. So I just leave them. So as you can see, I pip them, have a look, and I fold the flap back over on top of the egg. And they sit in the incubator now for a couple of days. I'll normally go past and have a look, and I'll wait until I see a number of snakes cruising around inside that tub, and then I'll take the tub out and have another check and see what's hasn't made it, unfortunately. So no, I have not checked. So
some will come, some will not. Yeah. Anthony said in SA, I find they are a nice reddy brown, and Southern Cross Reptiles had beautiful black and grey ones 5 or 6 years ago.
Yep, they did. Yep,
some nice lines out there.
Oh, there's some stunning indeed. I don't know why there's just not more of them around. They're beautiful and such a placid, calm animal as well. I've never met.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure there are angry ones out there or snappy ones out there, but mate, mine are absolute just placid as.
Yep.
Sometimes it's a pain in the butt to get them feeding. They're so gentle,
so calm. Yeah, my trees always said that about the pepper stuff. It's just absolutely beautiful natured snakes. It's crazy how nice and friendly they are. That you can just pick them up anytime, and they will just go straight around the shoulder, around your face, and most snakes I'm still wary about come up and right up to your face and lick your nose, but most of those things you're not even the slightest bit worried about them.
Yeah, no. Like I said, most of the time you can reach around behind them in the enclosure and just pick them up and take them out, even if they're looking for food.
Yeah.
Rarely do they want to bite. They want
to sniff it before they strike it.
Yep. But when they're feeding, they feed really well, though. They love their food.
Absolutely. Kira saying she's got an inland with gold speckles and some brown through it. That'd be nice.
Yeah, well, actually, some of the peppers you'll get that. Well, I call it more tan speckling. But yeah, they do. If we can't quite see it on the photo. I did have some, like the original peppers that I produced, had some really nice, actually, some little tan flaking in it, or gold speckles, that goldy tanny colour. Yeah, and they're quite nice. I think you could increase that too. Like if you took them and outcross them into some of the more red type colours, and work with that line,
mix.
You could make some quite nice variation. But I've got more than enough projects going on, so I just thought plenty of options for people to do what they like with them.
Never ending. Anthony O'Daniel, do either of you lads breed Womas? I have never.
I have.
I've never been that interested in Womas. Blackheads certainly from the Aspiditis family, but never been a big fan of the head on Womas myself.
Yeah. Yeah, I had some absolutely gorgeous Rockhampton Downs one many, many years ago. Just sold because I couldn't find a female to go with it. I do have a pair of Womas here. The boy doesn't seem to be able to produce any goods. The female I have bred before, but pretty much probably going to put them on a platter and give them away to someone, I think, buy some snakes if they want a couple of Womas. But I have not been able to produce them the male. Had them for a number of years. They're not young snakes or older snakes. They just kind of get fed here. So I'll probably give them away.
If you buy a pepper, get a free pair of Womas.
Yeah, so the female's bred. So I've bred with the girl in the past with a different male from a friend. He had a couple of Womas I looked after when he travelled overseas. So I used his male and produced 2 clutches from the girl I have here and his girl. And I tried using my male every year, and he mates and does everything. But I don't know whether he just buys blanks. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm just not successful with him. I don't know. But, yeah, they're pretty simple to breed. They're not hard. If that your question's based on that, then not exactly hard. Keep them in the drawer. Easy to look after. Pretty hard.
Easy enough.
Eat anything.
Yeah, I have heard the Womas are fantastic feeders compared to the BHPs. They're the same family.
Well, you can't really. Yeah, these things aren't snappy, but you can't touch them. They just anything that touches them is food. Like they just tighten up and they're turning around like, where is it? Where is it?
Give it to me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Peter's off to bed. Good night, mate. Thanks for a great night. Yeah, mate. I'll be in bed shortly. I am absolutely knackered after a day at gym yesterday and then working like a tradesman today. Anthony O'Daniel, GBMD sell in SA for a couple of hundred, so they usually sell fast. And they're very cheap animals for as beautiful as they are. I've often thought that about Murrays and diamonds. You know, I saw everyone raving about that picture of that diamond on Facebook today, when a few local people reckon they're quite common around the mine areas in the mountains there. There's been quite a few spotted over the years. So you can only hope that they're left alone. Everyone's not rushing up there with pillowcases to go and snatch everything out of there. Yeah, sadly. But, mate, I've often thought diamonds and MDs are probably the most underrated wild types in the hobby. People overlook diamonds because they were sort of overbred 5 to 7 years ago. They were just everywhere, you know, and they got to the stage where they're $100 and no one wanted to breed them anymore. And funny enough, they just disappeared. There's none around anymore. People often message me about them. I have one female that's been around for years. So, yeah, it's weird that things like that tend to just go out of fashion. And I think once there's a morph pops up in diamonds, much like that Stardust-looking thing in the wild today, people will get very excited about diamonds when they're out here and available.
100%. Yeah, if I had just normal wild type MDs, I'd be selling for probably $250 to $350, depending on the quality of them. I think up here in Sydney anyway. Diamonds probably $350. I'm guessing for just your normal common diamond. There's not many around at the moment.
No, very few. And those that pop up, they're always sold very quickly.
Yeah, and nice ones would even, I'd imagine, command a higher price tag if they were really nice. But then you'd have to know the parents and the lineage to make sure that, you know, if they were exceptionally high yellow or something like that.
Yep. It's few around. Donna Bennett is off. Thanks for dropping in, Donna, as always. Congrats.
Yep. MD hat. Same thing. I have a pair of MD hat, 50-50. I want to add more MD in my bloodlines. Yep, absolutely. I would too. Get your MD albino out and put back in there and back into MD. Start again.
Yep, 75%ers.
Yeah.
88s, 94s. Mate, there's 15 years work for you.
Yep. That's exactly right. It takes a long time, but the results will get there. Worth it in the long term.
Absolutely.
So, and then you've got quite a bit of variation in our MD albinos as well, from your more white and yellow through to your white and red.
Yep.
So there's quite a bit of variation. So, you know, as with ordinary albinos, there's a chance to line breed those polygenically in different directions as well. Same like the albino bredli, which I have a pair of now.
Yep.
Just saying, Brent.
Albino bredli, do you have them?
Yeah, pair. Yeah.
Wow. Good work, mate. I'm proud of you. Nothing to give you shit about now.
Yes. You'll get his 16 one day. I just was reading something. Katie got my Rockhampton down Womers are amazing in plastic. Yeah, they are. They're beautiful, the Rockhamptons. Very nice critters. I'm taking over your job, Brent. You can read the comments. I'll find them and then I'll click on them.
Brett Modger up in Mackay put it perfectly regarding Womers. Great through the day, but as soon as the sun begins to set, beware the werewolf hour.
It's true.
More than 1 hour, more than night time of it too. Sometimes some of them just not cool.
Nope. I just want to eat anything and everything.
Yes, yes, everyone loved that. Diamond, Kira, my blackheads have never had issues smashing food. If you bred them, you were very lucky, because I have lots of trouble with mine. They're a pain in the butt, but I've got to say, once they are feeding, they are exceptional feeders, the best feeders out of any snake in any collection normally. They'll eat the glass, they'll eat the side of the enclosure, the water bowl, anything that moves while you're getting the rat ready.
Yep, my Womers are the same.
Yeah, chomping. just hear those teeth grabbing on everything that moves.
Yeah. Did you breed your blackheads this year?
No, the girl had a year off. She's done 3 or 4 years in a row. I did put the male in, but she decided no, not playing ball this year.
Yep.
It's a shame. She's been solid though, I've got to say. She had great clutches for years and years. So fair enough. You can have a year off, get your ass back into gear for next season.
Yep. Sometimes they do that probably just for some reconditioning and settle down. Yep.
Yeah. Feed her up, and I was a bit light on in food in February, so maybe that had an effect on her that she wanted to be eating while I was not feeding.
Yeah.
Might have slowed her up for the year, but we'll see. The blackheads can pop out quite early for me. They're often one of my earlier clutches. Their eggs are on the ground before most.
Yep. Nice. What is going on with this? Oh, there we go. Oh, okay. Don was amazing. Certainly was. Stunning. Black hair. There's no issues. I'm succeeding for 6 months. Yeah, I've got some animals like that. I'll feed for. Oh, no. Wrong one. Throat. One above. Going blind. I got a few critters that are the same. I'll eat. They'll come out. I got some that'll eat for 3 months, and that's it. They're done.
Yeah.
Again. Do you have any like that, Brent?
Got a couple actually. Quite it used to freak me out a little bit, but you get used to it every year when they do it year after year. That I've got a big Bredley male. There's the founder of that reduced pattern line I've been working on for a long time that won't eat till December, and he'll have 5 or 6 good sized feeds, and I'd give him monster feeds now, knowing how he plays. And won't take 2, won't take another one for a couple of weeks, and he'll be lucky to have 6 feeds in a year. Come February, he's done, and always plenty of condition on him. Never struggles for size. He's a big snake. Just obviously knows how to regulate his food very well.
Yep.
So it's weird. I've actually got a granite jag as well that goes. She freaks me out. She goes 12 months without eating. It just drives me mental. It's just taken me. I've never bred her. She would have to be 5 or 6 years old now. She's up to size now, but it's been a very long road. She just doesn't want to eat, and then eats like a machine. Will feed every week for 5 weeks, 6 weeks, and then bang, switch off. Not interested in food again till next summer.
Yeah, I think it's we that need to adjust to animals that are like that, because I've had my Ruffy does the same thing, and his dad did the same thing as well. He would like smash food for literally 2 months. If you're lucky, you got 3 months. And you had to know when he triggered on the food, because as soon as he started to eat, you would like literally smash food into him like every 4 or 5 days. Yeah. And then you get off him one day and it's like, nah, and that was it. He was done. Wouldn't touch food again then. Till it's like, see you next year.
Yep. And you're wasting your time, and dangling it and just won't even sniff it, turns his head, goes away, leave food in there, you're wasting food.
Yep. Female, smash every single meal you put in there. So,
yep. Yeah, it can be hard. Ledger, how many years have you been breeding snakes for? Here we go with a history book from Daz from 1946. My first clutch of peppers.
Someone. Yeah, no, a bit over 20 years. Yeah, myself.
Yeah.
So.
Daz is the seasoned pro.
Seasoned, don't know about pro. Seasoned done a lot, but I mean, we're always learning. So, I mean, we do these things so we can try and impart some of what we learn, and you never know who you might learn from either. So we keep an open mind and listen and share what we know, and hopefully we can learn from someone else. So, how about you, Brent?
So, I'm only a rookie, mate. I'm only 11 years in. I think 2010 was my first clutches, so had snakes before that, but in very small numbers as a rookie. So probably only 11th year of breeding something. But like you say, there's so many right ways that things get done and work, and there's so many different ways people do things. I still see things people do and go, wow, that's so simple yet so effective. Why do I not do that? It's it's just simple things that people come up with good ideas at times.
I think you just get it set in the ways. I know I get a bit like that because that's how I've done it for such a long time that it's if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So why change it? But in saying that, sometimes changing it is better. For a simpler reason. It might be changing from a water bowl to a deli cup. It might be changing from paper to a substrate. It might be changing from, a certain style of enclosure, like going from infrared bulbs or moonlight bulbs or whatever in enclosures to ceramics and things like that. So it's always keeping an ear out and an eye open and listening and chatting to other people and thinking, wow, can I do things better? And, you'd be surprised once you get things set up how easier it is to maintain more animals,
with the right systems.
With the right system in place, yeah. I mean, it still work, don't get me wrong, but yeah.
Yep. I think you hit the nail on the head. You're much like me. If something's not broken, I don't try and fix it. If it's worked previously, I just keep doing it. But I'll look back at the biggest change, I think, for me was vermiculite mix with eggs sitting in mix to overwater. Once everyone sort of got on that trend, it was like a bit weird and wonderful when it first came out. Everyone was, what is this overwater rubbish? And no one really wanted to change, and I wasn't having bad success rate of the old style, but I went to the new system, and like it always seems to happen, you have like a near perfect season, over water, and you go, wow, I've been doing this wrong forever, and you sort of swap to that. But a couple of seasons later, you have a terrible season doing exactly the same, where a bunch of eggs go off and whole clutches go off, and
you scratch your head and wonder why.
Yeah, you think, wow, that was an event, but I mean, there's certainly advantages in a lot of these things we've changed over the years. So it's safer, and get better results. Looking over longer periods of results. There's something that works better for you. You stick with it.
Yep, just like Adam's saying here, always learning, mate. That's exactly right. Keep an open mind. You see so many, let's just call them heated debates on Facebook because somebody thinks this is the way you do it and this doesn't that and that's not that. It's like,
this is the only way it's done.
Yeah, there's guidelines and everything, but how things work in your house could be completely different to how it works in mine. Brent's sitting in his room there, I'm sitting in mine here, and they could be two completely different atmospheres and temperatures, different climate zones. I could be in Cairns and Brent could be in, Melbourne where it's freezing. So there's so many variations, but, keep your ears open. The moment you think you know it all and you start acting that way, you stop learning, and it's a shame to see some people come along with some potential and then they think they know it all and suddenly they just want to argue when you're not picking a fight. You're just offering advice. Like, here's how I do things. Just because it's different to you doesn't mean I'm saying you're wrong, but this is what works for me. So, always learn. Keep an open mind and listen and learn. I do.
And sadly, you'd be the same as you give up, quite often, sadly, trying to help a lot of people on some of those debates on Facebook because you just get told that my mate's got 20 snakes, mate, and he told me that's how it's done. I'm like, cool. Yeah. What do you need my help for then, mate?
What are you asking me for? Yeah. It's a pity because we do these shows because we like to help people. That's, the main reason why we do it. And we answer your questions because if it helps you and helps someone else, then that's great. We're not saying what we say is gospel, but it's what works for us and what we've learned over the years. So, and sometimes when you type that onto a Facebook page, they ask you advice and they go, but my mate says, well, I've told you my answer. If your mate says that and you want to believe him, off you go.
Yeah. And by all means, mate, everyone gather your own information, do your own research and make your own decisions. And, I guess experience, once you've done and tried a few different ways, you'll come up with your own answers on what you think's right as well. So certainly people I've had given advice to and they've gone different roads and had good success, mate. Happy days.
Yep, so. Brent loves it. So you got any questions, send all your messages to Brent.
David, he's harmless. He's a good bloke. He's asked me a few questions over the last year or two.
That's what it's all about.
He doesn't hold the record though. There's another bloke that shits all over him for asking more questions daily.
I bet I know that is.
Darren Boswell, heated debates on Facebook. No way, mate. Never happens.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So try both over water and they both failed. Lol, need to try something new. Well, whatever works. I mean, I've done that many different incubation methods over the years. It's not funny, from vermiculite to vermiculite to perlite to perlite, vermiculite and perlite to water to water crystals to all sorts of stuff. So, yeah, it's whatever works. But I find I use very little water now at all. In fact, I normally use enough to just get a bit of moisture on the lid of the tub. And then I actually had a few clutches this season where I actually took them out and dried the entire clutch. I actually have a clutch coming up that is going, and I've put the eggs in. I think I told you about this, Brent. I actually put the eggs in to the tub with nothing. So they're just sitting on the floor of a tub, no water, nothing, and there's humidity in the tub. So I assume the humidity has come from the other existing humidity inside the incubator, but there's moisture on the tub. So...
And I bet the gas exchange coming in and out of the eggs and stuff would generate its own humidity, I'd imagine, when a sealed environment.
Yeah. Well, there's air holes in it. There's air holes in the tub, but yeah.
Yeah, but the incubator itself's still sealed, so that's got its own little atmosphere there. And I know old Neville's proved everyone wrong. Like, if eggs are good, they're going to hatch in rather extreme conditions or rather simple, where Nev's just sat them on the ground and sat some in his laundry and sat some on the shelf of the incubator, and they've all hatched out fine. Being in Queensland probably a lot easier than other colder areas, but mate, if eggs are good, I doubt you can go really bad with whatever way you choose to incubate them.
As long as you can keep them warm, I think they got a good chance of going. Guys, massive success over water. There you go. 2 different people, 2 different methods. One that works, or 2 the same method. Sorry, one that works, one that doesn't. So.
Yeah, and come back next year and that'll turn around, don't worry. So just when you think you know what you're doing, the snake gods will change your opinion on all of it. So you learn quickly. You never know it all. And if you think you do, you will be taught a lesson.
That's it. That's good. I was on the clutch. I was watching my phone. Well, good use of time, Daz.
Yeah, always a little bit of entertainment there for feeding time, which can drag on for hours at times.
Yeah. There's Peter. No worries, mate. Happy to help. No problem at all.
It does learn something new, mate. He learned how to breed albino Bredli yesterday. Finally, you learned something.
I learned how to. I learned how to hatch them. I know how to breed Bredli.
Shots fired now. We'll see about Bredli in the upcoming few egg cuts, mate, and we'll see what pops up in Bredli. We'll see who the Bredli master really is.
I'm looking forward to seeing your exanthic Bredli.
There will be no exanthics, mate. I've moved on.
Yep. I may go back to basically vermiculite. There you go. It's whatever works for you, mate. That's at the end of the day. You can put some vermiculite in there, mix it with a bit of water. I mean, in the early days, it used to be 50-50 ratio of vermiculite and water. No, vermiculite to water by weight.
Yep.
So 500 grams of vermiculite and 500 grams of water, not mils. And that was a good average. And then you would mix that up, spread it all out, and just sit your eggs on it. Blink. That was it. But then, there was moisture issues. And then I went from that, done perlite the same way. And then I went to vermiculite to actually just a better dry perlite on top. So you do the tub as normal with your vermiculite, 50-50, and then just dry perlite and sit the eggs on a dry bed. So I did that for a few years. So it evolves over time. It's whatever, got to work out what works for you. Thanks, Kira. That's nice. I'm sure there's plenty of people out that think there's enough of us already.
Sometimes we're too much.
Yeah.
My wife's sick of Darren. She's like, "You going to do a show?" Yes. Darren's again, I take it? Yes, correct. Tell Darren I hate him. I will do. Thanks, darling. Goodbye.
Yeah, love you too. I had a good Chrissy. How about you, Brent?
Yeah, awesome, mate. Good to see some family that you don't get to see very often. Certainly the once a year catch up, which is always sad. We wish there was a Christmas in the middle of the year or something to get an extra one in here and there.
Yeah, I purposely didn't cut any eggs because I didn't want to get in any more trouble with your wife. She'll probably shoot me next time I see her anyway. She might smile if I turn up with a few bottles of alcohol, though. She might be like, "Oh, you're my new best friend."
Oh,
Do
you'll
more
be
red
welcome.
cutting shows.
You'll be welcome. Don't worry about that. She's just upset because I should be working. She knows if I'm in here, I'm resting, which I needed the rest today. So she would be thinking, you could have finished that linen cupboard flooring tonight, but no, you went and played eggs with Darren. I was like, yes.
Thanks,
like
Daz. My wife
message from Daz. Egg show tonight. Yes.
Bing, 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 bing.
I mean,
I guess that's a yes. Yeah, that's it. Where are we up to? Christmas. Since the guys do dry method, but in the incubator itself is a water dish. Yep. Well, whatever creates humidity. I mean, you just want a bit of humidity in there so they can absorb a bit of moisture at the start of incubation. So that can work.
Yep. I have a V18 tub in the bottom of my incubator. I fill with water, and I need to top up through the season. Keeps the humidity through the whole incubator much higher. I mean, it only gets it up to about 80%, but without it, it sits very low at 45%. So definitely helps with the bowl of water in the bottom.
Yep. What was a mate? I remember back in the day, Brian Champion used to tell me, and he's a bit of an old legend of a Condor breeder himself, and so is old Darren Boswell as well. But he used to tell me his incubation was like, oh, have it a week at this temp and then change it for 5 weeks at this temp and then you drop it to up or down. I can't remember what it was to another temp. So, mate, the technology of incubating chondro eggs back in the day were quite technical. Whether they've changed or not. And then I see that a couple of people this season maternally incubated clutches and had fantastic results. Luke Nettheim from Australian Herpiculture podcast did it, and other person's mind blanked at the moment. But if you know anyone, Joe, that is a good chondro breeder, maybe have a chat to those guys. So
hit up Brian Champion, mate. I reckon he's the silent winner. He's very knowledgeable and top bloke too. Awesome guy.
Yep.
So he's helped me with lots of things over the years. Met him up at the little Paul Macquarie show that used to be up there, the Far North Coast show, and Mr. Champion was in the house himself. Lovely guy.
Yeah. Oh, you missed it. Yeah, Brian's a lovely guy. Absolute champion of a bloke. Hence the name.
Yeah, you're quick, Daz. You're quick.
Yeah. There you go. There's one from Brett. Do owners on dry perlite, no water, 100% success rate. There you go.
Yeah,
so
there you go.
variation.
Yep.
Talk to. There's another one. 50-50 perlite to water under eggs, 14 through. There you go. So if it works, there's so many different ways and they can all work.
Yep. Yep. And I guess when you have a bad clutch or a bad season, you start to question things that maybe, it's just the snakes. It's not always the environment around them. So it's hard sometimes. You make changes when you really don't need to.
Yeah. Super zebra breadlight. Yeah, definitely, Katie. I reckon that could be a
awesome combo.
High percentage breadlight. Could be.
Yep, nice red super zebra. I remember young Elizabeth Chiquito talking about that a couple of years ago. She was very early on that train of thought. So a fantastic little side project that.
Yeah, it's a long one. It'd be a bit of a polygenic thing in many years, but I think a bit of time and effort. It's like anything. Put some time and effort into it and dedicate, a decade or so. And the results will start to speak. I just think it's time and effort.
But same deal, it's raising that Bradley percentage into it, which is obviously going to take time with your supers again. So, a long road, but one worth travelling all the same. I think I paired up a Super Zebra with a Bradley last year and didn't get a clutch, so I gave up and just went, fine. I'll wait for someone else to get it done.
Yep, yeah. And there's little things like that. There's plenty of options around that you can look into projects like that where you can refine it to make something unique. Just think outside the square. And there's a prime example, something not many people have done. So
Yep, Bradley into everything over the next few years. I think people have seen the power of the Bradley.
Yeah, I was surprised when I actually did the breadline and the albino. I couldn't find anybody else that had done it, and I think Joe Ball himself happened to do it the same year. He was just a bit more switched on and actually fed his and bred them, whereas I just kind of shoved them in a rack over there and just fed them now and then. So
I don't think anyone thought they would be that good as 50% Bredley blood. You know, some of them are stunners, and we really thought we'd need to see 75% or 88% before we saw animals, you know, that colour.
I thought they'd be good.
A bit of a shock.
I didn't quite think they'd be that good.
Yep.
So,
yep. Some stunners, no doubt.
Yeah, didn't make the mistake with the Xanthics, so they're stunning as well. So
straight Xanthics are cracker. So one you bought at that expo at what was it, last year at Castle Hill or whatever it's in the expo?
Yeah, the late one was October or something.
Oh, fantastic. Just, you know, the ghost is nice, but just a straight Xanthic Bredley was beautiful. Oh, absolute stunner.
Gorgeous. Some of those animals now just like so good. Anyway, up to Adam's family. Above water works better for me. Yep, that's what I do now. What's that saying here? So happens that 500 ml of H2O is 500 grams. Oh, there you go.
Mr. Science came through. Thank you, Mr. Boswell.
Yeah.
I didn't want to pull those up on that, mate, so I just let him fly right past it. It's
more the specifics that if you had 500 mils of vermiculite, it's probably going to be a lot more maybe than 500 grams. I don't know. Or less. So it's more that the ratios are the same. That was just how I was taught. That's how I always done it. I know that mils and grams, but you just say it's by weight because I think the difference was in the vermiculite, not the water. So I'm not sure. Yep. It's obviously a much lighter density. So perhaps if you measured a 500 ml cup and put 500 mils of water and 500 mils of vermiculite as opposed to 500 grams of vermiculite, which could be 4 times as much, is the difference. So that was just how I was.
Big difference in the vermic weight for sure.
Yeah. So. Robert Poole, loving the videos, guys. Thanks, mate. Got a bit of a long one going tonight.
Yeah, I know, mate. We better wrap up these last few. I'm going to go to sleep sitting here shortly.
Yeah, I think so. Whatever. We'll leave this one as... Matt Somerville was the other person that maternally incubated chondros. So you guys put air hole in your tubs. Yep, good. And I thought they were supposed to be sealed. What's the difference? No, sealed as long as you're taking the lid off to air them out and allow some oxygen exchange. I don't have holes in all my tubs and have done for quite a few years now. Used to do them all sealed, but when you start getting large amounts of clutches in your incubator, and sometimes when you've got them stacked on top of each other, taking them out to aerate the eggs means you're moving them more often than what I like to. So I found with having air holes and having the tubs skewed on top of each other allowed that air circulation, and it certainly allows enough. And I just put a hole in each corner with a soldering iron, with the option that if it's a smaller thing and you want to seal it, you can just put a bit of tape over and take it off when you want. So how about you, Brent? What do you do?
I'm still sealed, mate, and I guess it's always the risk like you had years ago. If you have a disaster where you don't, for whatever reason, get to them to open them up every day, if you leave them for a few days, you may find you'll have losses. So it's for me, I feel like I may change just for the simple fact of extremely busy this year. I've still got into the room every day as such, or if at worst case it's the next morning, and I have a panic attack before work thinking, shit, I've got to open those tubs, and rush up here, hoping everything's okay, which has always been fine. Open tubs, wipe lids and air out and go again, but certainly that a couple of air holes can make a world of difference. I don't think it's going to affect the incubation at all. So certainly safer once they've hatched that they can get more air than what's just in that tiny little tub.
Yeah, definitely. So, what should we do? What's this last one then? I think we'll call it. I think I want to do Super Dark Dime. A female on the south coastline is fairly black. Yeah.
There she goes. Yep. Yeah, there's a lot of dark diamonds out there. The female I've got's a really dark girl, and I had plans to put an albino with her and try and get into this albino diamond line. And much like Daz was on the money with your dark Bredley, making beautiful albinos, I thought the dark diamond would be the same concept. But sadly, that one never got off the ground either, and then I gave up after one season, took my bat and ball and left again.
Yeah.
So
the other thing you find with diamonds, the other thing you find with diamonds too, as they get older, they actually lose a lot of pigmentation, become quite dark. So unless you've actually got it as a hatchie and it's developed, dark within the first 2 to 3 years, if it's an older animal, you've had it for a while, got it from someone else as an adult, potentially a wild caught thing at some point in time, maybe not. But generally, those that are very dark show minimal pattern and generally just very old. Well, when I say old, it could be 15-year-old diamonds sort of thing.
Lots of melanin production late.
Yeah, they just seem to go that way as they get older. So,
got any blacker?
Yeah. But anyway, I guess we should call it there. Thanks for tuning in. Colin Ray, thanks, mate. Appreciate that. So, what have you got? Any coming up, Brent? When's your next one due?
There's a couple due very shortly. Let me try and stand up without. I don't know if my back's going to allow it at any rapid pace.
You're just going to text the wife and sleeping in the snake room tonight because I can't move.
Laying that flooring, laying down is very, very bad for my spine. What? That's out. What's coming up? Oh, the Moonglow clutch coming up.
Oh, exciting.
Due on the 1st. First is actually 60 days, so I reckon that would be very close. Clutch 15. Looking very good. I reckon we might see that one before New Year's. And then not long after that, on the 10th, is that really dark Bredley Poss Het Albino, which I am praying to the snake gods that that thing is a het. That will be a cracker. And then a bit later,
that'd be nice.
Caramel Jag, Head Pepper, right up your alley, Daz. Later on in January, then some Bredley, Caramel Double Het, and more Bredley after that, Days. What about that? Some Bredley, mate.
Man, how many clutches of Bredley you get this year?
Enough to keep me satisfied. I think there's 3 there. If you don't stop being a smart ass, you'll never see any of them.
Is that all 3?
That's more than enough for me because they're bloody clutches of like big numbers as always, 20s and more than enough.
Monster clutches, yeah. But anyway, hopefully you're not far off having some Xanthe Bredley clutch hatch. So I'm looking forward to that.
You got a few of those again?
Yeah, I do. I think there's 3, I think.
Well, none of those hatched already this year for you, have they?
No, one was, I was just having a look, just did some swapping around the incubator. So, of course, I had so many clutches in the incubator, I turned the fans off. So, normally I have the fan going and I don't put anything directly under the fan just so it doesn't blow directly into the tub all the time and cool it. So I turned the fan off. So naturally there was a temperature variation from top to bottom, and the Xanthe Bredley clutch was down the bottom. So it's just moved up to like the second shelf from the top now. But it was laid 18th of the 9th. So it
cooking a bit slow.
Yeah, I mean, it could be sitting on 29 degrees down there, which could add 15 days or 20 days or whatever it might be. So, but that. I'll have to check what else is hatched on my list to see. But yeah, there's some more stuff coming. Not a lot. I'm getting down towards the pointy end of the season. Your wife will be happy to know, but there's still a few to come.
Won't be an every night affair. Once we get past the bulk of the eggs, we'll branch out into some other things and talk to some other people and do some other stuff.
Yeah, definitely will do. So, but Darren Boswell was asking you any Stonewich Bredley stuff on the cards this year, Brent. We'll answer that quick one. And
No, mate. My line, that my original animal looked extremely stonewash. Even talking to Nick Mutton himself, he swore to me. He goes, "Mate, if I had to bet, mate, that looks to me very much stonewash." But I bred it and I proved it not to be stonewash after years of breeding and outcrossing and making things that could be hets and trying to make those. But for me, I believe the line I'm working with is just a polygenic line, a reduced pattern. It's almost like a full body stonewash. It's just not just the neck part that's going that much lighter olivey sort of color underneath. It's the whole body on these things are going that way. But I don't believe it's never looked to me to be a recessive type gene. I can't really pick a super form in it. I could probably sit there and visualize something and say, I think that's a super and I think that's just a normal, and it's very hard. So for me, I'm just calling it a polygenic line. Beautiful animals. I think this is the third generation I've got growing up now. Sensational. I'll have to get some updated pics. Actually, they're mind blowing. Oh, when they shed, it's just I just open the tub and just stand there and stare. It's like they are insane. They're starting to eat large and extra large size rats now, so they're packing on the size. I doubt they'll be ready for next year. Purebredly stuff always seems to want to be 3 or 4 years before it'll kick off and breed. So yeah, I'll get some more pics of them. Very nice line. Very keen to keep pushing that line. Keep the best of them and keep refining.
They're certainly stunning. That's for sure.
I'll send you some over, Daz, if you're a good boy this year.
I'll behave myself, promise, Daddy.
Might be a deposit on the Xanthic version. We'll see. We'll see if you're really good or not.
Oh, so likewise.
Unlikely.
Too easy. All right. Thanks, guys, for the question. So, Brent, where can they find you if they're looking for you?
KHP Reptiles. Apparently, I have YouTube. Woohoo!
Yeah, we know.
KHP Reptiles, Brent Smith. I will clean up those other accounts as soon as I can work out how to access them. And Brent Smith on Messenger. And Mr. Dazza, where do we find you?
Yep. Don't really have Facebook, Morelia by Design, and Instagram, and also YouTube as well. So we will get around to making that better and more refined, but it's just a time thing. Something we seem to be both lacking in the busiest time of the year with hatchies.
Yeah, so, just getting it working was quite an achievement at this stage. So now we can now we know it's working. We can play ball there.
Yeah, definitely. So so hopefully we'll see you all again in a few days. For those that are bored, have nothing better to do, and want to come and join us and listen to us rambling on and cutting eggs open, we're happy to host.
Thanks to everyone who shared for us tonight, and
thank you.
Liked and subscribed to YouTubes, and like the Facebook pages, Morelia by Design and KHP Reptiles. Thanks to everyone for their support.
Yep, thanks very much. Appreciate it. And we are sure to see you in a couple of days. So for us, goodbye, good night, thank you, and we'll see you soon.